I have been going to Tupelo Smiles my whole life. When I was a kid, I was unhappy about some uneven coloring on my teeth after getting my braces off, which at the time there really wasn't a fix. I was recently made aware of a solution that would totally fix it, which is exactly what we did. They not only heard my concerns, but they never stopped looking to solve my problem, and that's why I love Tupelo Smiles.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Well, hello. Welcome in to Mississippi Live Weather at 5. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lopon on this Friday, Basketball Friday. We're coming to you live from West Lowndes High School, home of the Panthers, for our Mississippi Live Game of the Week presented by Casey Lott. So excited to get that underway. And just from a personal experience here, we've been talking so much here in the Room Room Weather Center about ice storm. And again, recovery continues to come from that. Now less than 20,000 people across the state without power. That's still a huge number, but a process that does continue to get better and better with each and every day. But I'll be perfectly honest, from a personal standpoint, I'm excited to talk about something else, at least as far as tonight is concerned. So we're just so blessed to be here at West Lowndes High School. You can see the players behind me, both boys and girls, getting ready for the big game tonight. Again, taking on Ingomar as part of our Mississippi Live Game of the Week coming up here in a few minutes, and we'll talk more about that forecast for all the basketball games tonight, but also your entire weekend here in just a couple of moments. So this evening, a brief cool down, again, is on the way as we look toward your Saturday there. That's one of the things, again, we're tracking over the course of the next couple of days. Gabe, you'll probably have to punch that to where it's the reality over that live shot here, if you can. So brief cool down again showing up there on Saturday. But we have, again, very mild temperatures coming back. You know, we were warm today, 70s where I'm at down here in Lowndes County, which has just been unthinkable with the pattern we've been in. But we have made it there for today. We expect those warm temperatures return fairly quickly. And again, we'll talk more about our Game of the Week here in West Lowndes High School, again, west of the Columbus area, coming up here in a couple of minutes. Our Game of the Week forecast here, again, presented by the folks up Langston Lott and Casey Lott. Tip-off temperature, about 50 degrees. That's not right, Gabe. Those numbers aren't right. Hold on. Pot your microphone up there. We'll look at that hour by hour here in a minute.
You know, I think
No. Those are right because it's 7 p.m. first tip. See, that's the thing. The temperature's dropping. It even caught me off guard. Maynard, you just slapped me through the system here on that as well. That's how little I've talked about weather this week. But, you know, it just has been so warm today. It will be working its way down in the low 50s and in the 40s by the conclusion of the game this evening. No precipitation behind this front. We are dry. You think Gabe Maynard's been a gift to y'all this week. My brain apparently not there. Hey, we're 63 right now as of the latest update in the Tupelo area, 68 in Amory. It's 68 in the Starkville, and about 70 degrees in Columbus, 72 Greenville, and Bolzano, and about 72 as well. Checking out again the latest there on Mama Justice Doppler radar. No precipitation out there. We are dry and clear. Here's that front again coming through. And those temperatures dropping fairly quickly behind it, apparently quickly enough to trick a meteorologist as well as we look into the evening forecast. We'll go things a little bit wider there. Again, no precipitation anywhere near us along that front as we are dry and clear, not just here, but across the entire region. Near a storm system, again, we do have, again, some of that wintry precipitation up there closer to the locations in the northeastern United States. And behind this front, there's just nothing of like real significance back there all the way back out for locations back even on the plains. So high pressure is the story and clear conditions will be as well. And so on kind of the wide shot here on Futurecast, as you'll note, there's just not a lot out there behind this. It is the cooler temperatures, though, flowing in. But luckily, those cooler temperatures associated with no second round. And again, I'm not going to step on my soapbox here and go too crazy on it, but this is the reason you don't trust random internet forecasts. Everyone going, second round of wintry stuff. We don't have that this weekend. We don't have that next week. As warm as remains the weather story. And so as we go into the overnight hours, yeah, we're going to get fairly cool for tonight. But there's no precipitation lined up with this as we are dry and we are mostly clear heading in the first part of your early morning on your Saturday. So for over the next 24 hours, we'll start off at around the freezing point for early Saturday morning. We'll be about 46 degrees by noon, 49 degrees look toward 3 p.m. as temperatures remain below our normal for this time of year. So listen, it is not warm, But this is about as cool as we get. And there were a lot of days recently that we would have gladly taken this, but shows you how quickly we get spoiled considering how warm we were for today. And we do have more of those warm temperatures, more of those 70s on the way, believe it or not. We're going to look at just how warm you're going to get, how long that's going to last. Coming up here in 60 seconds, we're also coming to you live from West Lowndes High School. As you can see, the boys and the girls warming up behind us. Girls game kicks off against Ingomar, and that coming up at 6 p.m. You'll be able to see that kind of behind us here. And our game of the week is the boys versus the boys, obviously. The boys from Ingomar taking on the home team from West Lowndes. Interesting thing, second time these teams have met in the same week. Doesn't happen often. You can know that to the Ice Storm as well. That coming up in more details on that matchup as Mississippi Live continues here from the Room to Room Weather Center in 60 seconds. We'll see you then.
When you've been injured, don't settle for a lawyer who doesn't even know where you live. Call Langston and Lott. Local lawyers, personal service, real results.
Look at Wanda, ready to rock her big presentation. But first, lunch. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Delicious, celebratory, but is it quick? The Cobb salad. Tender oven roasted chicken, topped with cheese. Prepared, plated, and served? In 6 minutes? Is this for real? Well, of course. Well done, Wanda. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Yes, ma'am. Life is sweet.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's Mississippi's Chief Meteorologist, Matt Lovhawn.
We are at center court here at West Lowndes High School at our Mississippi Live Game of the Week, again presented by Langston and Lott. So excited to be talking about something that's not Ice Storm, but even this game going on today is going to have an Ice Storm theme to it because this is the final home game for West Lowndes this year, but it is not senior night. Because while Ingomar and West Lowndes are going to be playing on what is the final game of the regular season, this was not the final scheduled game of the regular season. This will actually be the second time these two teams have met this week, and this is a makeup because of the Ice Storm. Senior night already occurring here. And again, all the boys and girls, again, trying to get loose, trying to get ready, excited, obviously, for the game tonight as they take on Ingomar. Ingomar is the leader in this region here, undefeated in this region of 1A. And we'll talk a lot more to our Ethan Foster about all the sports implications with this coming up here in a few minutes. But it's just interesting that they meet for the second time in the same week. Ingomar did win earlier this week. And obviously, we will see how this ends up playing out as we go into this evening. If you're going to a game or if you're not, it is going to be a beautiful Friday night to be out and about. 63 degrees, that current temperature at this time, coming in the Tupelo area at about 63, but we're still coming in closer to 70 here in, GTR Airport's, just barely to the east of, very, very close to where actually we're at here at West Lowndes High School. That temperature is a lot warmer because that front's still kind of moving through. Mama Justice Doppler radar continuing to show up again with those sweeps clear at this time. No precipitation out there across the entire region as this most recent front has come through dry. The temperature at 63 in Tupelo. It's 72 right now in the down there toward around Greenville. Greenwood coming in 70 degrees. We're 67 in Louisville and 68 degrees right now. 68 in Louisville, 64 Water Valley, and out there in Union County where Ingomar is coming from, about 61. So it's a pretty decent north-south temperature contrast. The winds have picked up a bit behind this. Wind chill technically doesn't kick in until you're in the upper 40s. We're not there yet, and so there's no true wind chill out there, though there's a bit of a cool feel to that wind this evening nonetheless. So Futurecast, again, continue to show those winds out of kind of the north and west spreading in, dropping through this evening. And then gradually down by early tomorrow morning. We're going to be down probably into the lower 30s and upper 20s to begin the day under what should be, again, mostly clear skies. I mean, a few days ago, this would have been high temperature realm. So all things considered, yes. Is it cold? Is it below freezing? Yes. But thankfully, Unlike last weekend where we had dangerously and potentially deadly cold weather, that is not the case for this weekend. It is cold, but not as cold. Speaking to that, unfortunately, reported earlier today, the death toll from the ice storm now up to 29 statewide. Just a sad set of circumstances. Hopefully that number does not go up from here as more information comes in. So after a cool start, as you can see, the wind chill tomorrow morning is still slicing off a couple degrees, feeling like 27 in Tupelo as well as Amory. 36, though, 34 in Grenada, the wind chill, and down here in Columbus, about 29 degrees, being in the first part of morning on your Saturday. Hey, from that point, we still have a wind chill at 9 o'clock in the morning, still feeling like around 31. But the fact that we still have mostly clear skies kind of helping those temperatures to warm up a bit more. We're 46, as you'll note there, by around noontime. Wind chills, low 40s. And I think we're still probably 40s for wind chills, even at the peak in the afternoon, which should approach the 50-degree point in some locations. A couple clouds, but no precipitation coming from any of those clouds as we are dry. So high temperatures, we should typically be somewhere around the mid-50s for this time of year. Instead, we're going to be upper 40s, so still running a little bit below our normal for this time of year, our 30-year average at about 50 degrees there coming in Oxford, 51 in Houston, 57 degrees in Louisville, and 54 in Belzona. So again, a mix of cloud cover for tomorrow night. We're back in the mid-30s by 10 p.m. on your Saturday evening. By late Saturday night and early Sunday morning, a few more clouds. That doesn't really do much to the temperature, still holding them probably upper 20s for lows early morning on your Sunday. By Sunday mid-morning, still as you head out to church there, we're 35 for that wind chill. So it's still going to be kind of chilly out there as far as that is concerned, with, again, a mix of clouds, but mostly dry conditions. We do show just a little spritz of moisture there at midday on Sunday. Gabe, let's pop your microphone in. Let's talk about this for a second. I think that is aggressive. I think that might be the kindest way we can say that. What do you think about that little spritz showing up there, Gabe?
Aggressive, for sure. But I will say, with the changing of the weather pattern and warmer air moving in, it's not going to be impossible if we get those southerly breezes that heading into parts of next week, a pop-up shower could definitely happen. I think Sunday is going to still trend drier with high pressure dominating the region.
Well, as you mentioned, next week that's the case, but I think Sunday, I think that's pretty aggressive to try to get that there. Agree?
Yeah, I think we're going to put the sun in Sunday for sure.
Okay, I just wanted to double check that one there, because sometimes Futurecast will kind of insert one of those. I'm like, well, hold on, that's not what we looked at earlier, so not expecting much there. And as we go into Sunday afternoon, we're back to around the 60-degree point, so this is a much more substantial warm-up than what we came through with this last time around. Now, we do still show, again, some isolated showers showing up at Cleveland to Greenwood there for Sunday. Again, some passing moisture there on kind of the wider perspective, but not expecting a lot of meaningful moisture there. So tomorrow is going to be cooler, still upper 40s showing up at Saturday there for highs. Again, 31 in the low. That's not the cooler of your two weekend days, but I think with the wind chill factor, it might end up feeling cooler Saturday morning than it ends up feeling for Sunday morning. We're going upper 40s, as you can see there, for highs. Will be some 50s out there. 7-day forecast has us to 60 degrees by Sunday afternoon. We're 68 by Monday and 69 by Tuesday. Now, we do have some rain chances as we go into next week. They remain still fairly spotty in nature. Don't have really a good, solid storm system coming in here, really lined up with enough moisture. You will note that low temperatures start getting back into the lower 50s. Again, a sign of some of that returning moisture by the middle part of the week. But while we show 68 Monday, 69 Tuesday, 68 Wednesday on the average, I think down here in the Golden Triangle, there will be 70s. And I think that's, again, one of those factors that makes it feel just a very spring-like pattern. The humidity even coming up just a little bit more as we go into your Sunday. Going to next week as well. And some rain and storm chances coming by the latter part of the week. I'm going to talk to Gabe here again for a moment. And, Gabe, kind of looking at that, we're getting closer to the Valentine's Day holiday by the latter part of the week there. Thoughts on the storm chances there? Because that's one of those time periods, when we had some folks that were all wound up about what the jailbird Bobs on the Twitter spheres were saying. One of the things they were talking about with that is how, that was the time frame where, people like that were talking, we could have some wintry stuff. Not looking at that, kind of based on what we're looking at there. It's more of a storm chance if it produces anything.
Yeah, temperatures, we are even on the lower end of the spectrum, 8 degrees above freezing at the coldest point of that pattern. So no snow, no winter precipitation. That is a positive. The only negative is it is still a system that's moving through either Friday or Saturday. Timing still a little bit fluctuating because of the Euro and GFS not necessarily in agreement But nonetheless, the chances are there. The exact time frame still to be determined, but we know it's going to be impacting either the 13th or the 14th, somewhere within that range.
And what happens on the 14th?
Oh, Valentine's Day. What a day.
Roll Valentine's Day. So at this point, we're not necessarily advising you one way on another on your plans for Valentine's night, but just
Hey.
understand it's possible if you do it a night early on Friday night, which I think a lot of folks will. It could be a little damp for that. So Gabe Maynard used to have a checkered patch with the picnic basket. Might not be a perfect picnic forecast for that. I'd be looking midweek for that. Maybe the surprise doing it in advance, right?
Hey, I do want to say that this is an easy gift opportunity if someone's still out there searching for a gift. An umbrella goes a long way when it's needed on Valentine's Day.
Nobody throws away an umbrella, right? Like even if it's a really messed up umbrella, you still have a tendency to just throw it in another car just in case you need it at some point, right?
It's like the old socks that you just can't get rid of.
Just understand that you might not get a whole lot of credit if you buy that umbrella. Is it a good gift? Yes, functional gift, but I still think flowers will probably rule the day on that, right?
True, I would agree.
Okay, so we're again here at West Lowndes High School. Our Mississippi Live Game of the Week presented by Langston and Lott. The boys have been warming up here. We're waiting on Ingomar to kind of come on in. And again, at 6 p.m. is when the girls' game will kick off. You'll be able to see a little bit of that behind the scenes while we're doing our broadcast there. But our main game of the week is going to be, again, at 7. That is where the folks, the boys from West Lowndes, the home team here, taking on Ingomar, who leads the region. Should be a great matchup. We're excited for that. Our Ethan Foster will have a full breakdown on that, including his game pick, coming up during our 6 o'clock broadcast here on Mississippi Live Weather. So you want to stay tuned for that as well. Again, our next live broadcast is going to come up at 6 p.m. We also do live broadcasts every day, Monday through Friday at 6:30, 7:30 a.m. here in the Room to Room Weather Center. Gabe, I'll let you hit that space bar and pull up those live broadcasts that we see every day of the week, again, there on the weekends. And then 5, 6, and 10 here Monday through Friday in the Room to Room Weather Center. Our weekend shows, again, 6 and 10. Our meteorologist Caleb Edelblut with that. But at 6 o'clock, again, we'll look in more detail. We might actually, Gabe, pull up, I think, we some graphics to look at that extended there. Might throw in a couple graphics, even if it's full screen over top of me there toward the beginning of that one, to look at the long range Climo sort of stuff there as far as that goes on the precipitation chances heading the latter part of this month. That's coming up Mississippi Live Weather at 6. We will see you then. But from the West Lowndes High School, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Loppon, or our Casey Lott Mississippi Live Game of the Week.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Loppon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Loppon has proven himself trustworthy